Hola, señoritas. Well, we've made it. This is our last tense of the year. But before we begin, I have 3 questions for you. And it begins with si un día, if one day. Si un día ves una casa que está ardiendo, what would you do? Choose A, B, or C, and let me know tomorrow. Entrarías a la casa para salvar a los ocupantes. Llamarías a los bomberos. Sacarías fotos del incendio. Note, clase, that we're using verb forms like this right here. And I have to change the color of the pen here, so I will do that in a minute. Let's go on to the next question. And now the next question. Si un día ganas $10,000 en la lotería. Please remember, 10,000 is not 10 million, but 10,000. ¿Irías a Las Vegas para ver a Britney Spears? I would. In fact, one time I tried to buy tickets to Britney, but they cost $1,000, so I couldn't go. ¿Depositarías el dinero en el banco o comprarías mucha ropa bonita? Make your choices A, B, C. And finally, number 3. Si un día estás en el banco en el momento de un robo, what would you do? ¿Llamarías a la policía? ¿Le preguntarías cómo se llama? ¿O correrías del banco? Notice the verb forms. Choose A, B, or C. Let me know tomorrow. Notice those verb forms, because those verb forms are our last tense. And this tense right here that you just saw is called el condicional. What is el condicional? And so here's a good definition. The conditional tense in Spanish expresses what you would do under certain circumstances, or what would happen under certain circumstances. Maybe you already know these verb forms. Me gustaría, I would like. Te gustaría. Por ejemplo, me gustaría ir a México. I would like to go to Mexico. ¿Te gustaría ver esta película? Would you like to see this movie? And here's the good news. The conditional is formed just like the future tense. Remember the future tense? You use the infinitive plus the endings. So the endings are the endings are the same for all verbs, both regular and irregular, and you'll see those in a second. But you just simply add the endings to the infinitive. Please be careful, though, when you do see those endings. Remember that every single form has an accent mark. Delicioso. So here are the endings, señoritas. Ia, ias, ia, iamos, iais, ian. So you add these endings to the infinitive. But of course, there are some irregulars, and you'll see those in a second too. And so now we have some examples. Look at the verb visitar. So we add the endings ia, ias, ia, iamos, iais, ian. And we say visitaría, visitarías, visitaría, visitaríamos, visitaríais, visitarían. Look at the verb comer, infinitive plus ending. Comería, comerías, comería, comeríamos, comeríais, comerían. And now one last example. We have the verb aplaudir. Aplaudiría, aplaudirías, aplaudiría, aplaudiríamos, aplaudiríais, aplaudirían. Un gato. And so here's some more good news for you. If the conditional is formed just like the future, it's going to have the same irregulars. And so if you remember the irregulars, for decir, hacer, poder, poner, haber, here's the stems. You learned this when we reviewed twice now. The future, all you need to do is put the endings. For example, decir, dería, derías, dería, deríamos, deríais, derían. Hacer, haría, harías, haría, haríamos, haríais, harían. And here are the remaining irregulars, all coming from the future. Remember the double R sound? Querer would be querría, querrías, querría, querríamos, querríais, querrían. And here are the rest right here. So just a reminder, while in English, the conditional is compound because you need that helping verb would, in Spanish, it's a simple verb form that consists of one word. So pondría means I would, or in this case, me pondría, I would wear, or I would put on. Vivirían means would you live, if it's ustedes. Would you live? So remember that. In Spanish, the conditional is a simple tense. Okay, señoritas, and now let's just wrap this up. Please remember the difference between the future and the conditional. The future indicates what will happen, while the conditional indicates what would happen. That's the two differences. And I noticed that some of you are getting bored now, so I'll get through this real fast. Here's some examples. Creo que mañana hará sol. I think it will be sunny tomorrow. Will be sunny. Future tense. Creía que hoy haría sol. Conditional. I thought it would be sunny today. Okay, so that's it. This is our last tense. You should be very happy. And I'm happy too. So tomorrow, or whenever we see each other, cuando nos veamos, ¿verdad? I'm thinking future, so therefore after cuando nos veamos, that's subjunctive, hablaremos más del condicional. Muchas gracias.